And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the absolute worst podcast on all of YouTube. Seems pretty autistic.
What was that noise?
This DSP thing, I kind of want to just react to it right away. This guy is a bad guy.
I'm sure before she passed, the Queen of England came to your house and knighted you as you were sucking cucumbers, kissing cocks, and, taking your shirt off.
That guy's a fucking loser, all right? He's king at manipulating a lot of people into paying his bills. There's no fucking value in that. Bro's still on level 1. Told ya. I don't really disagree with anything I said. Keemstar's wrong. I don't like it. And I was like,
Dear Darksydephil, DSP, I owe you an apology. I do. Last night, I was just being a hater, and worse than that, I was being hypocritical. For those of you that don't know the context, we were watching a Review Tech USA exposed documentary last night. There was this section that came up between DSP and Review Tech USA, and my chat was spamming, DSP is king because he's having a redemption arc right now because of the casino. And I basically said something along the lines of, you guys can all have this little troll that he's king, but that guy's still a loser and he's going to remain a loser. He's always going to be on level 1, da. And this morning I woke up thinking about that and I'm like, I am just being a fucking hater. I'm just being a hater. But more than that, I'm being hypocritical. What is Lolcow Live, right? Part of it is redemption arc for Wings and Boogie. You know what I mean? So why am I hating on someone else having a redemption arc moment? That didn't sit right with me. So I owe you an apology, Darksydephil. I may think in my head that you're not going to take advantage of this opportunity and you're going to end up right where you are. But I shouldn't hope that. I shouldn't put that energy out there, right? So yeah, I know we have our differences and whatnot, but I was wrong to shit on you last night and shit on the moment that you're having. And I apologize.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
We got a response today. All right, here we go.
He says in this apology, right? I'm sorry for being a hater because I was crapping on you last night, but I noticed in the chat as I was crapping on you that everyone was in my chat saying Phil is king, Phil is king. Everyone was being positive towards you. And I recognized that. And it took me time to think about it, but now I've kind of admit I'm being hypocritical and a hater because I myself make content.
Okay.
Right? He basically said in his apology, he does still think I'm a loser.
I do think you're a loser. Honestly, it's not that deep. Let's say you're pulling 10,000 concurrent viewers every stream. That would be awesome.
Well, I do still think you're going to fail, but just because I think you're still going to fail doesn't mean that I should be a hater. Right?
Exactly. Yes.
So he's apologizing for basically crapping on me publicly on his stream, but he literally just kind of pocket sneak this there and said, well, I still am going to hate you and think you're a jerk and you're always going to fail anyway.
I'm not hating on you. That is not hating. That's just me doubting you. Doubting that you're going to take advantage of this opportunity. That's it.
He's apologizing for publicly attacking me in that way.
I'm apologizing for shitting on your moment. That's what I mean by it.
No, him apologizing for crapping on me on his stream. All right, fair enough. And listen, here's the thing. He has a right to have any opinion on me he wants.
Okay. Phil, you being seen as king, right? And you being seen as a success is fucking hilarious and entertaining.
Fuck you and your mother. Really. Fuck you and your mother. Because you're a piece of shit.
You're hard, showing off.
Fuck you. You don't know shit. You don't. You're not here in my shoes putting up with this shit every day. Fuck you. Okay?
You could take this troll meme of you being king and you could capitalize on it. And you could be successful, right? But I just don't think you're capable of doing that.
Maybe what it is he thinks that I'm just going to, within, a a month, I'm just going to flub it all, and I'll be right back to where I started. And you know what?
I do think that. I do think in about 90 days, this little joke and this little meme dies out, and I don't see you getting there, bud. I don't think you're going to be able to capitalize on this moment.
What? I kind of feel like that too. I've already told you guys here on this very podcast that I feel like success is fleeting, that I've been to this level already. I've been above the level I'm at right now before in the past. I used to be one of the most prominent gaming YouTubers. I used to get 10 million views a month on YouTube, and that's not an exaggeration. That's what this channel was bringing in. I was big shit, but this guy for so long has had this negative opinion on me. And now, at very least, realizes, well, maybe I just shouldn't be publicly talking about that opinion because it is bad with his redemption going on right now. I'm doing redemption art content, so it doesn't really make sense. That's at least something, right? That's an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's a positive acknowledgement in one way.
Yeah, I was being a hater.
He has known about me for a very long time. For him, maybe it's much harder to believe that someone like me could not fail. All right? All right? The one reason why he's apologizing is because of the chat.
It's not because of the chat, buddy. It's not because of the chat. I'm Keemstar. It's it's not the chat trolling that you're king, which made me apologize. I know everybody shits on you. I played a part on shitting on you. And the shit that I gave you was well deserved. You deserved every bit of that fucking criticism. You deserved every single one of those Twitter videos I sent you. You deserved the fucking analogy of me telling you, just like a video game, you're stuck on level 1 and you're never getting to level 2. You deserve that.
Damn right!
Kino Casino sent you a lifeline and you're having a moment. I didn't like it.
And the segment came up about me, and he says, oh, he's a loser, whatever. And the chat's like, no, he's king. Don't you understand? People like him now. We're watching his content. All that stuff is bullshit.
I love how Phil tells his story. No, you don't understand. He's king now.
He realized, oh, so I guess the shtick won't work anymore, right? Like the
No, I'm not doing a shtick. Bro, Phil, hopefully you're seeing this right now. Buddy, everything I've ever said to you, I meant it from my heart and from my brain. Like, I feel like you don't know how to adapt. I feel like you don't know how to collab. I feel like you don't know how to operate within online entertainment. I feel like you're making the same content that you've been making a decade ago. And you have the same problems that someone like Wings of Redemption has.
my life.
I made this analogy, again, that you were on level 1 and you're never getting to level 2 over and over again because a decade ago, you were begging your fans to pay your rent. Hey, guys, it's going to be real tough. I got rent coming up. We're going to need some donos in chat. 10 years later, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. There's been no change. There's been no adapting to online entertainment. There's been no growth. You're still stuck being an online beggar. I mean everything that I'm saying about you. And I also mean that I don't think you're going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity that you have right now where people are like calling you king and shit. I mean it. No. What I'm saying is what it is, buddy.
And that's how Keem is. He wants to stay in line with what's popular. And so he's now, that was probably the first time he even knew that I was going through any kind of a redemption arc. All right? And so now he's exposed to it. Oh, okay. Well, now I'll change.
Disgusting!
All right? So, is it a full-fledged, outright, oh my God, let's break bread and forgive each other kind of an apology? No, it is not.
I'm just being a hater.
So, Keem, I got a question for you, all right? You remember when you were trying to get me to be part of your show, and instead of actually approaching me like a respectable person or a human or a professional, you yelled at me on your Twitter account, much like you just made this proclamation on your Twitter account. that I needed to contact you right away because there was an offer of $50,000 that was going to expire, right? You're basically making demands. Do you remember that? And do you remember how I was willing to have a discussion, but you basically couldn't contact me like a normal human with respect or dignity, like a business person? Instead, you expected me to drop everything in my life and work to contact you. You remember?
I do.
Right?
I do remember that. I do remember that. I put aside $150,000. This is over a year ago, a while ago. And I was going to launch a show with Wings, Boogie, and DSP called Lolcow Live. They would get paid $50K up front for the first year. All right. That's how it was structured. So even if the show was making money, they wouldn't get checks, right? That money would go back to me and reimburse my initial investment. But I was offering each of them $50K up front to do the show. I had this great idea, Lolcow Live, and Wings said yes, Boogie said yes, and DSP was literally impossible to get a hold. He made me email him. Why can't you just DM me on Twitter? You're following me on Twitter. I'm following you. You can't just DM me? Like, what is going on here? He was DMing me back and forth and then sending me his email via DMs. Make it fucking make sense. Why am I communicate with more content creators than probably anybody on this planet on a daily basis. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I am in contact with at least 30 major content creators who have millions and millions of fans.
私はあのステージで初めておじさんのことを家族なんだ。
That is fucking weird. That is so weird. I would set up times via email like you requested, times to call, and I would call at those times and you wouldn't answer because you were working, streaming in front of 50 people, making $10 in donations when you had a real offer over here. You know, you can frame it any way you want, Phil, but you dropped the fucking ball on that. You know it, and everyone else does. And I know people like to play this game like DSP was right. Boogie's making fun of or a fool of himself. Phil, you've been making a fool of yourself for a decade. And you haven't really got anywhere. And now it's like a meme that you're king and shit. But you're literally begging. You're begging. You're going on stream and you're saying, guys, I need to pay my electric bill. If I don't get a donation, my electric's going to get turned off and there's going to be no streams. That's fucking pathetic. That's fucking pathetic. That's the worst of the worst.
You continuously started to harass me systematically for about a year, saying negative things about me on your timeline. I mean, just a couple things here. I mean, you remember when you said that you were going to contact my friends and family to try to get dirt on me. And you were going to put all that out publicly, remember? That you were going to have a special edition of your show? You remember when you said that you were going to personally finance a Netflix documentary about me? Anyone remember that one? Yeah, he said he was going to actually...
I do remember. I'm Drommler. I'm Keemstar. This is what I do because you really are down bad. And it's your own self-doing. It's your own self-doing.
Do you remember... Last year, I was on this show. It was called Side Scrollers. And when I was on the show, because the show was so popular at the time, because it was a rare interview with me, that you showed up and tried to make it about you. You remember when you decided to promote a stupid waste of time boxing match between Boogie and Wings during my interview with Side Scrollers? Do you remember that? Lolcow saying that you were considering legal action against me because I had an opinion about your show stating that I felt that it was scripted. And you said that me saying that on my show, without prefacing it, saying that it was my opinion, means that I was stating it as a fact, and that means that it's defamation or slander. I mean, I could actually analyze that for about an hour and completely destroy you, but I'm not going to because it's not.
You're not going to because this show, Local Live, is not scripted. You said on your show that Local Live is 100% scripted. It's 100% fact or fake, excuse me. Prove it. Prove it in a court of law. Otherwise, it's defamation and slander, right?
By the way, did anyone notice that in the last month that his Lolcow podcast is literally all scripted content? He's got Boogie and Wings grocery shopping. He's got...
Okay. I tell Boogie and Wings to go grocery shopping and record yourself, and we'll watch the footage online. So that means the show's scripted. Like, what is this? What is this?
What the fuck is this?
bottles of piss, correct?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. How delusional is this, right?
Your chat told you, oh, Phil's doing good now. He is king. You really shouldn't do the old, shtick anymore. It doesn't work. And you immediately decided to change your tune and do this apology.
No, I wasn't doing a shtick, buddy. Buddy, listen. I wasn't doing a shtick. I was saying what I really feel, and I still feel that way. What I'm apologizing for is shitting on your moment and being a hater. I'm an elitist piece of shit. That's all. It's no deeper than that. This is level 1.
I would make an offer that I will appear on his Lolcow podcast for a very small contribution to the king's coffers of $50,000. If you would like to...
I'm so glad I did this stream just for this fucking moment right here. Like, Phil is literally asking for 50 grand to appear on Local Live. Like, that, that is so fucking insane. Bro, that is so insane. You don't have pull. You don't really have the clout. I think your value for one appearance, if we were to pay, and we're not going to pay anything, like we're not, right? But if we were to pay, I think your value is probably around, let me be generous, about $1,500.
Wow.
Maybe $2,000. Maybe.
I'll make a counter offer for you because I'll be honest. I've seen the show recently. It's not very good. It's pretty bad.
You're a fucking train wreck, buddy. Like, what are you talking about, Phil? Boogie drank piss. Come on, bro.
I don't think Keemstar can afford $50,000 for me to be on that show. So it's either 50 grand or nothing. 50 grand or I'm not going to be on your show. But I do have another offer for you. You appear here on my Level 1 podcast for free. You don't have to pay to be on my show. You can be a guest on my show.
Okay.
And we'll have a conversation live. Blah, 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 blah.
There's no way. There's no way. I literally plan to do a serious response to this fucking clown. Oh my God.
I have email. Right? All right. All right. Don't post on Twitter about this. I don't care. If you do, I'm going to ignore you. Don't make any counter offers. I'm going to ignore them. It's my way or the highway, bro. So let's hear what you have to say about it.
Let me try to find Darksydephil on Twitter. Hi, Phil. Why can't I spell unfortunately? How do you spell ultimate? How do you spell majesty? Hi, Phil. Hi, Phil. I've recently seen your YouTube vid offering me the amazing opportunity of coming onto Local Live for a mere $50,000 appearance fee. Unfortunately, I will have to decline this offer because, as you have hinted on your video, I am poor and can't afford that. However, the counteroffer that you have put forth was very interesting to me. The way I understood it was, if I was able to contact you in a professional matter, you would grant me the ultimate privilege of coming to the King's Court and having a convo with your majesty. Please provide me with time and place when this can happen. From Daniel Keem, aka Keemstar of Drama Alert, Happy Punch, and Local Live. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But that is my official response, and I'm pretty much donezo's